To all who come to this happy place, welcome.
Please stand clear of the doors. Por favor, manténganse alejados de las
This here's
puertas.
a wild ride in the wilderness.
When invisibility doors change.
So today on the Smoked Meats podcast, so today on Miles from Main Street, we are going to start this episode with a little bit of some smoked meats talk.
Yeah, we're going to talk a little Roundup Rodeo BBQ. I do enjoy smoking meats at home, but I also love getting them elsewhere. So I am very excited to go to that place. Also, you've been doing a great job sharing the show, and I hope that you guys will continue to share the show. It's helping us out immensely, and I hope you'll continue to do that. So after we do Roundup Rodeo BBQ, though, we have a little fun in store, right?
Fun and games. But first, we've got Roundup Rodeo. So for me, and I mean, the reason we started this is, if you know, Bryan does like smoked meats. He talks about it often, and it's probably his second passion next to Disney. Is that correct? Or do you have many passions?
I have many passions.
He's a passionate person, yeah.
But I do enjoy smoking some meat here and there. So,
Anyways, Roundup Barbecue. What's the full name?
Roundup Rodeo
Roundup
BBQ.
Rodeo Barbecue. I've been calling it Woody's Barbecue for a while now, but Roundup Rodeo Barbecue just recently opened at Disney, and it's all I've been seeing on social media and YouTube videos, and I ended up going and getting myself some barbecue because I was looking at barbecue all week, and it looks so good.
It does look good. I've heard some really good things about a lot of the items, and I can't wait to go and try it out. And also, if you guys haven't seen this on Instagram yet, go check it out. They're doing an Andy's Coming thing where you start hearing like Andy's coming and everybody needs to freeze. Everybody in the restaurant needs to freeze. And I'm so glad they did this. Like, this is like a controlled Andy's Coming, because they did this back in the day. You could go meet like Woody and Jesse, and they would yell, someone could walk up and say, Andy's coming, and Woody would drop to the ground and be like, okay. And so, like, that was something that social media kind of killed because it got to be too much. But I'm glad that they brought it this way so that we can still do something like that.
Yeah, that's a lot of fun, and I've been watching these videos, and there's more than just Andy's Coming. There's a couple different sequences that happen, and somebody kind of compared it to what's that one spot? Rainforest Cafe, which gets me excited because I would like to say that I'm a Rainforest Cafe connoisseur. But something like that is always fun at the places that I go eat. Just kind of having like an environment that is constantly doing stuff. But yeah, it seems like probably every like 15-ish minutes, they're saying that like some sort of like event happens. Whether or not it's like the toy soldiers doing stuff, or like I think at one point there's like a dance party. So like everybody kind of starts dancing. So there's a lot of fun stuff that they do out there. And I think that's cool. It's just like a really cool environment, and just kind of like looking at the inside in general. It's a decent sized restaurant. I was worried that it was going to be kind of small, just like with the space that they had. But it's a decent sized restaurant, and I'm, as the lighting nerd, I really enjoy a lot of the lighting that they have going on in there. But just like all of the different cutouts, and they basically made it look like Andy's room, and it's just like set up with all of these different toys. So it looks pretty cool. I'm pretty excited to go.
It does look really neat. And I know a lot of people have been dogging it because it's so busy in there and that they wanted Pizza Planet, and it's like, no, this is perfect because it looks like Andy built it himself, which fits the exact theme of being in Andy's backyard when you're in Toy Story Land. So I think this fits great, and I can't wait to go. Um, I love cornbread, and they serve you cornbread. So, they've hit every single note. I just hope the sauces are good.
Yeah, I know. Me too. They have three sauces. They have the classic, the sweet, and the spicy. And it sounds like everybody that I've watched actually has been saying that the sweet is the one that they've really been liking. Um, but I mean, I'm a big spicy fan myself, so obviously I'd probably pick the spicy to test out. But
Yeah, absolutely.
whenever we go to barbecue joints, like we did this just a couple days ago when we went to a barbecue joint, we actually tried all of the sauces and they had six. So we like to do that. So I'm excited to go and kind of try everything because, and that's the cool thing about this restaurant is it's an all you care to enjoy. So like you can order like what you're starting with, which I think is like four sides, and then you get like the plate. And there are different options. There are like vegan options, and then there's like regular options. And the vegan options are basically the regular options with the non-vegan things taken out. Um, but yeah, it's an all you care to enjoy. So if you finish a platter, you can just pound the table and say more, and they'll come and bring you more. Because I know that's definitely what I'm going to do.
I love that they're bringing it family
Hmm.
style. Like I just love that. I don't I don't know. Buffets rub me the wrong way a lot of times. Like I prefer the family style sit down, and I don't mind having to ask for more if I need to. Um, it's just it takes too much time away from the family and whoever you're dining with to be up at a buffet,
Hmm.
right? And when I'm in Disney, especially, I want to sit and relax and not and be able to talk to everyone that I've been through the park with and kind of compare notes if we haven't been together. And so I love that they're doing it this way so that you don't have to run to a buffet and take time away from everyone else. So um, and barbecue should be family style. I mean, it's just that's the style that it is,
Hmm.
right?
Yeah, and I think one of the only family style places I've ever been is Ohana. And I really enjoyed that because you're able to, I'm pretty sure at this spot, you're able to say like, "Oh, I want more of this," or "I want more of this." Um, and I mean, well, I've been to Whispering Canyon Cafe, but that was for breakfast, and that was again like an all you care to enjoy type meal. So, yeah, I really enjoyed those types of meals. So I'm happy that it's that and um, it's funny. I saw somewhere that somebody said that this was a $60 meal, but it's like a 40 meal or a $50 meal.
I haven't seen any prices on
Okay.
it, so I'll believe you on that.
Uh, all the other, I think it's like a 45. We'll split the difference. $45 meal, and like if that's true, then like that's a really good deal for like all the food that you can order. Because you can just like stuff up with that food. So it sounds like it's going to be a really good deal too.
Yeah, I think $45 for an all-you-can-eat barbecue meal in Disney
Yeah.
is a good deal. Yeah, so I hope that's where it stays. They had pricing on at the new crepe place in
Hmm.
France. They did pricing on their like three-course meal or whatever that was ridiculously well priced too. So maybe they're trying to figure that out now that they can, they don't have to charge as much.
Yeah.
I don't know, but I hope that's what it is.
Yeah, me too. And I think also, I mean, this is a completely different thought, but um, I remember seeing somewhere that Iger like outright said like I think we were too aggressive with pricing over COVID. Um, and so I haven't seen any changes just yet, but the fact that like they're actually like coming out and saying that and saying like, okay, like I think we've done, like we jacked up the prices a little much, like we get it, like at least they're like being straight with us and not trying to just, oh, we put the prices up too high, but we're just going to keep them there anyways. But I also haven't seen any changes necessarily in pricing just yet, so I wonder if that's to come, or that was just to appease people who were saying like, oh, Disney charges so much for this and that. So
Yeah, I hope that they keep going with some price changes. The thing is that I've always looked at it as supply and demand, right? Like if you charge too much, the demand isn't going to be there. So you might be able to get $100 a person in the park, but if you go to 110, maybe that drops those people. It drops some of the people down that you're going to be able to sell to. And that's why I always think about, the amount they're charging is also a way of controlling crowds. Um, but for you and me, like I don't think the cost matters in the case of Disney, that we will just do it anyway. And I have a feeling with Disney World that some of that's happening. Like when people want to go to Disney World, whether it's their first time, 10th time, 100th time, they're going to make it work. And when those first timers are going, like the vacationers that are just guests that want to go and check it out, see what this is, that, rite of passage type of trip, they're not worried about pricing. They're just going to pay whatever it is and hope they can afford it all,
yeah.
right? And so, I've kind of talked myself in circles here, but it'd be nice to see them bring some of those prices down, because as I just kind of went through, I don't think it affects crowds right
Mhm.
now. Maybe if we hit a recession, it's going to, but we won't get too political into that.
Yeah. Anyways, to the main event. We've got some questions. Bryan gave me some questions in one of our other episodes, and now I've got some questions for him. He had, I don't know if you said this, Bryan, but you were working off cards from one of your card games that you have, your Disney card
The
games.
Wonderful World of Disney Trivia. Yeah, I
Yeah.
did say that. Yes.
So I have a website with a bunch of questions. So I'm just gonna run through those questions. Hopefully, because I felt like there were some questions in Bryan's that were pretty challenging. So hopefully these aren't just all softballs and Bryan just gets 100%. We'll see if that happens. But Bryan is also very very knowledgeable on Disney, so he may just get 100% anyways.
Let's do a quick reset though, and remind everybody that you did get 2 wrong
Mm-hmm.
on your 10.
Yep.
So that's what I'm shooting for, is to beat 2 wrong.
Yes. Anyways, so I'm gonna go ahead with the first question. Here we go. Who is the love interest of Woody in Toy Story? Who is the love interest of Woody in Toy Story?
That would be one Bo Peep.
Correct. Here is the second question. Who is the main villain in The Hunchback of Notre Dame? Notre Dame. Notre Dame. Notre Dame. One of those.
Oh my, this is one of those movies I have not watched.
I actually have an A, B, C, or D. I just realized this. So I can give you those if you would like.
Sure.
Gaston, Jafar, Frollo, Ursula. And after saying all of those, I know that you know now.
It's Frollo.
Correct.
Yeah, like I said, I have not seen that movie, and I've really been kicking myself for it
Wait,
lately.
you've never seen that movie?
I've never
You've
seen the
never
movie.
seen The Hunchback of Notre
No.
Dame? Wow.
No. It's one of those that I really need to sit down and just watch it, because
Yeah, it's interesting because like watching it as an adult was like, whoa, this movie is heavy. Okay, here we go with the next question. Who is the main villain in Oliver and Company? I will give you some options. Sykes, Captain Hook, Scar, And if I'm saying this correctly, Ragaton?
Okay.
Oh, Radigan, duh. Okay.
Radigan. Yes.
Yeah.
So that's going to be Sykes.
Very good. Bryan's on a roll.
That's Tammy's favorite, one of her favorite movies. So,
Oh, really?
yeah.
Wow. So here's the fourth question, Bryan. Who is Remy's culinary hero in Ratatouille?
That would be one Chef Gusteau.
Correct. Chef Gusteau. So that's 4 in a row for Bryan. Okay, here is your fifth question, Bryan. What name does Mulan pick for herself while pretending to be a man?
Oh, geez. That's a tough one for me. It's been a little while since I watched the movie, and all I've got running in my head right now is Fa Mulan, which I don't think that's right. Oh gosh, I don't know this one.
Okay, well, the name that she picked for herself is Ping.
Ping.
Yep.
Okay, I kept the Fa Mulan kind of had me messed up to begin with, so I thought it had something to do with an F, starting with an F, and that's where I was kind of stuck. So, Ping, that does ring a bell. Yes.
Who was the first black Disney princess?
That is going to be Tiana.
Correct. Princess Tiana. And that was that 6?
Oh gosh, I think Mulan was number 6.
Okay, so that was 7. So we've got 7 and you've only gotten 1 wrong so far.
Yes.
So here's question number 8.
No, 2 wrong. No. Yes, you're
1
right.
wrong.
1 wrong.
Only 1. Okay. So here's another one. Disney introduced its first animated openly gay character in which movie?
Animated openly gay character.
Mhm.
So I want to say it was LeFou, but I feel like that didn't really come to light until recently. So I don't know that we can call that our first openly gay. You've got me stumped on this one.
Yeah, honestly, this one's a toughie, and also I'll kind of explain because I thought I knew this, and then read the answer and was like, oh, okay. But the answer is Onward, and I believe the lesbian character was the griffin that owns that like Chuck E. Cheese type place. I thought maybe that was their openly gay character.
I have 2 wrong. We're now tied.
We are now tied. I have to say that one was a toughie too. So, okay. Well, here's number 8 for you. Russell belongs to which scouting organization in Up?
That is the Wilderness Explorers.
Yes, the Wilderness Explorers.
That is also a fun activity to do with your kids when you're at Animal Kingdom.
Yes. And you know what? I've never, even all of those other like little games like that, I've never played any of those. Like Wizards of the Magic Kingdom and stuff like that, never did any of that.
Wizards. What is wrong with you? It's Sorcerers of the Magic Kingdom.
Wizards, sorcerers, they're the same thing.
Oh my. You can send those complaints to Miles from Main Street Podcast at gmail.com. I'll ensure that Mykhailo gets them.
So this is question number 9. Which siblings were behind a number of Disney movie scores and It's a Small World after all?
The dynamic duo that also has a stage named after them on the Disney Studio lot. This would be the Sherman brothers, Robert and Richard.
all they have here are the Sherman Brothers, so you may get extra points for that one.
Yes. And if anyone wants maybe a decent cry or just a great history lesson, go check out the documentary on Disney Plus about the two brothers. The name of the show is escaping me right now, but if you just like, I think it's like the Sherman Brothers, something like that.
Yeah, I
It's
think
a
it's like
great
something like that.
documentary, great information about how they, got their career and some of the great stories that Richard now loves to tell. So,
Mhm.
yeah. Oh man, yeah, that was an easy one.
Yeah, I knew you were gonna know that one. But this last one, question number 10, and we are tied. I'm not 100% that you know this. So here we go, Brian.
All the marbles.
All the marbles. What is the beast's human name?
Now, I don't believe the name is ever said within the movie. But I believe after he transforms, his name is then Prince Adam.
Wow. I didn't think you were going to get that because I don't think I could have gotten that. But that is correct. Prince Adam is the beast's name. So Brian and I are tied.
Tied. So I believe we're going with a 5-question tiebreaker. 5 from me
Correct.
and 5 from you.
Yes.
All right.
Here we go.
All right. You've been asking me plenty of questions. So within this 5-question tiebreaker, let's start with me because I say so.
Okay.
All right. So the sorcerer's name in the movie Fantasia spells what name backwards?
Can I hear the name?
No.
I'm pretty sure I know this anyways. It's Disney.
Correct. The
Yes.
sorcerer that Mickey steals the book from, or I'm sorry, he's the apprentice and
Mm-hmm.
makes too many decisions on his own. But yes, sorcerer's name is Yensid.
Yensid. Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Here's yours. Co-stars from which sitcom voice disgust and sadness in Inside Out?
Oh man. Inside Out's been a movie that I really like, but I haven't given it the attention it deserves. And because of that, I don't know the cast very well.
I can give you a big hint, but if you don't know the cast, that might not help. But think of who plays Sadness and really what other movie you know them from, or what other TV show you know them from.
I'm gonna say Saturday Night Live.
That is incorrect. It's actually The Office, and Sadness is actually Phyllis from The Office. And
Oh, I do remember. Yes, I do remember looking
yep,
that up a little bit. Um, I don't recall who Anger is though.
it's actually Disgust, and I
Disgust. Shoot.
believe that was Mindy. I
Okay,
can't remember her last name.
Mindy Kaling.
Yeah.
Shoot.
Yeah, and I thought that Sadness. I mean, if you don't know the who played who, that makes sense. But I mean, whenever I watch it, I know that that's Phyllis.
All right. What's the name of the circus in the movie Dumbo?
Oh no. Ugh. I really don't know. I have like no clue. I'm gonna go with Ringling Brothers.
No, this is the WDP Circus, which
Walt,
WDP stands for.
Walt Disney Productions.
Yes.
I knew that one. Okay, so we both got one wrong. Here's one for ya. This one might be a toughie. It might not. What's the boy band that is in Turning Red? I don't know their names. Like Mia and her friends. love in Turning Red?
Four Town Forever.
I probably would not have known that.
Yes, that is Four Town.
Nice.
Question number 3. What attraction was flight tested by U.S. astronauts before it opened to the public?
I'm going to go ahead and say the worst attraction on Disney property, that is Mission Space.
I don't even know if that was flight tested. Space Mountain was flight tested
Really?
by astronauts.
Wow.
They did go to astronauts and get help for creating Mission Space.
Mm-hmm.
But it was actually flight tested by astronauts for Space Mountain.
Wow. That was a little bit of a tricky one.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I have 2 wrong. So here's your third question. Yeah, your third question. Rescue Ranger Chip is styled after which iconic movie character?
That would be Indiana Jones.
Yes, that is correct. I know I would have known this because I actually like that little tidbit. One is Indiana Jones and the other is like what's his like Magnum PI.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's really funny. Okay, your turn. And this is question number 4. I have 2 wrong, you have 1 wrong.
Yes. What is the largest pavilion in Epcot?
Ooh. Can I get a hint whether or not it's a country pavilion or like any pavilion?
I'm going to say any pavilion.
Okay. And are we talking regions? Like if I said like the region that has like the land in it?
So we're going to go with prior to the Epcot change.
Okay. So the land is pretty big, but I don't think it's all that big. Or maybe it is. The seas, maybe, because it has like all of the like the tanks and everything. I don't think any of the country pavilions are going to be big enough to kind of rival any of those areas. But then I know that back in the day, Ellen's Energy Adventure, I feel like that was a huge ride. Like there were some stages in that ride that were just really big.
Mm-hmm. You have no idea, do you?
That's making me think that that the couple that I've said are like way off. What pavilion? If I said like World Showcase, would that count?
I'm
Okay,
not
no.
saying anything. Mr. Epcot's my favorite park. I love Epcot.
I'm just going to say World Showcase. I'm probably wrong.
Well, World Showcase is encompassing 11 pavilions. So that would be an incorrect answer.
Mm-hmm.
And the answer would be the land.
So I did say it.
You did.
That was my first guess. So yes, I do know Epcot. I just don't trust myself.
I'm trying to win. I'm trying to win here.
Yeah, you are.
And I got my foot on the throat.
You got
just gotta
your foot on my throat.
keep
Yeah.
it.
Okay, well now I'm looking for tough questions.
All right. Well, you got 2 to go. So
I know. And can I only tie you?
yes.
Yep. Yeah, we can only tie again. Okay, here we go. Well, and I have to get the next 2 questions correct.
1. You've already done your 4th.
Oh, okay, yeah. Who directed the live action Aladdin?
Wow, you did go for the hard ones. This was a COVID movie that people didn't really pay attention to, or at least a lot of us didn't.
It got a little bit of a flack for they all thought that Genie wasn't going to be blue, and I feel like maybe he wasn't going to be. This was one of those movies where I feel like
the promotions
the promotion stuff, and then people
yeah.
kind of like Sonic.
Right. Let's go with Sam Raimi.
Incorrect. It's Guy Ritchie.
Okay.
Yeah. Haha.
I don't know directors very well.
Yeah, I wouldn't have known this either.
All right, so for Hollywood Studios, before it became a theme park, what was it used as?
Before it was a theme park, what was it used as? So, again, going to talk myself through this because when it came out as a theme park, it was also a theme park and technically a movie studio. However, I believe the question is asking before it was even conceptualized as a theme park, what was it?
You are correct.
Am I okay? Cool.
That is what it's asking.
I mean, my first thought would be like parking lot, but I don't think that's correct.
I mean, they do like building things on parking lots.
That's true. Maybe it would have been the parking lot for Epcot because it's right next to Epcot. But I think Epcot has a big, huge parking lot already. I swear, if it is parking lot, and I convince myself to say something else, I'm going to be really mad.
You're looking at me as if I'm going to give you the answer through my eyes or something.
I was trying. 100%. I was trying.
I'm over here with my poker face. Poker face.
He's putting the mic right up to his face, so you can't see it.
And covering my eyes.
I mean, that would make sense. Parking lot. I seem to remember something about like a trash facility. I am going to go with parking lot.
I am going to go with not a parking lot.
Damn it.
It was used as a working studio.
Oh, what the
Yes.
heck?
They did actually have a working studio, and it was actually used to film the all-new Mickey Mouse Club that had Britney Spears and Justin Timberlake and Christina Aguilera.
So that's so again, I said the answer and then ran away from it. So that was like before it even opened as a theme park, they already had stuff happening there. Got it. Yep. Okay, well Bryan won, which means that I'm gonna try to find a really hard question so that he only wins by one. But I mean, this is the question that I decided on already for him. So we're gonna go with this one. The Sultan wanted Princess Jasmine to marry at what age?
I believe that is at 14 popped into my head, but I'm starting to second guess myself, and I'm saying maybe 16. I'm going to go 16.
You are correct. 16. I believe 14 or 15 was the Little Mermaid.
Okay.
Like that's how old Little Mermaid was when she was getting married. But yeah, 16.
So I still win by 2.
Bryan wins by 2.
Phew, all that trash talk, and I actually did it. So you had brought up trash earlier, and it reminded me of one of the episodes of the second season of Magic of Disney's Animal Kingdom. They talk about what they're doing with glass at Animal Kingdom. And did you see this episode at all?
I did not.
So they take the glass bottles that are used throughout the entire Disney World resort, and they send them to this facility on property that basically takes that glass and grinds it up extremely fine into sand. And they're putting this out into the exhibits and using it with the animals. And so, like, you know, you see them throwing dust up or something, that could actually be reused glass.
Wow.
Like,
yeah. That's
and
pretty
I
cool.
think that we don't, as a community, a Disney fan community, we don't talk enough about the conservation efforts that Disney makes and what innovations they're creating as they do it. Like, who would, I mean, come on, how brilliant is that? That it's taken us until 2023 to realize that we can take glass and turn it back into sand. Like, it
Hmm.
it makes total sense. And I think just taking that and reusing it in a different way than even just to make more glass, like now we're putting it out somewhere. I think this is just great. Maybe that's a future discussion we could have. Some of the great conservation efforts that they do and innovations they come up with because of it.
Yeah, that's awesome, and that's really great to hear. And I mean, leave it to Disney to think of something like that, where grinding glass up all the way so that it's sand. I mean, it makes perfect sense, and it's definitely a great way to use that.
Yeah.
So here's what I was gonna say, and maybe this could be a discussion as well. Um, so I trust Bryan a lot, and when he tells me that I need to go watch something, I go watch it. So I turned on the Animal Kingdom. What's it called?
Magic of Disney's Animal Kingdom.
The Magic of Disney's Animal Kingdom, and I started watching it. I ended up turning it off,
Really?
and yeah, and well, I like not like that. I was like, this is bad, and I turned it off. I just like got bored and started watching something else. Um, and I think that can go like that can be a whole different discussion, because it's like nothing 100% nothing in that um Animal Kingdom documentary type thing was boring, or like technically boring. Like, I didn't find like it all is very cool and very fun, but I think that's the thing, is that like it's animals, which like can like obviously to Bryan, he found that extremely interesting, and so he watched, and he's watched this a lot, and he really enjoys it. And then there's me, who I was like, this is cool, but it's animals, and I'm less interested in this. So that kind of explains why Animal Kingdom is kind of like the redheaded stepchild, while also being one of the best parks at Disney World. And it's just a very interesting thing, because anytime I go to Animal Kingdom, anytime I um, see Animal Kingdom things like Pandora or anything like that, I'm always kind of like, wow, this is all really cool. This is all really well done. But it's still the park that I would probably skip. So I don't know. Maybe that has something to do with animals or entertainment or something. But I found that interesting that like I ended up turning on something else, and then I was kind of like, maybe this is why like Animal Kingdom gets looked over, because it is animal centric, and it is kind of a zoo, and it's like, is that what people really want to see? So I don't know. I found that part interesting. And I may just try to like, it may be kind of like The Office, where like you have to sit through a little bit of it to like really get into it. And maybe I didn't give it a chance, but I found that interesting. Like something that I kind of wanted to talk about.
So
Um,
how far did you watch before you shut it off?
an episode.
Okay. My rule is always give something at least 3 episodes. Um and sometimes I want to like it and I'll keep pushing and I'll give it more and it just isn't there. But
Hmm.
um the other thing is, do you watch documentaries by choice?
I actually do, and it kind of annoys Kristen, because I'll be watching like Mount Everest documentaries, and I'll be watching Titanic documentaries, things that I already know that I'm kind of into. So like, yeah, I am a documentary person.
Okay. All right. I think, this falls under that National Geographic heading on Disney Plus. So maybe it just isn't your niche to watch things
Hmm.
about animals. I was intrigued for myself. Um, one, by the stories of the cast members and the relationships that they were building with these animals, and two, the innovations they make to be able to safely work with these animals, because they need to sedate a giraffe. These things are 12 feet, 16 feet tall,
Mhm.
and are extremely heavy. How do you handle a giraffe falling over and not killing it, right?
Yeah.
um how do you clean a rhino's hoof without getting stomped on, right? So like I found a lot of those two items to be the real intriguing part of it. For those of you that haven't seen it, I hope you go out and check it out, and if you have seen it, let me know what you liked about it and why you think people may not like it. um and if you don't like it, I would like to know why you don't like it. So um
I would like to know too.
yeah,
And maybe I'll give it more of a chance and see what happens, but that was my one interaction with trying to watch that. So,
I'll also throw out there that we just appeared on the All Aboard podcast with Corey talking about our Disneyland trip. So be sure to go out and check out their show. They are also on all of the different podcatchers. Um, and then, as we've talked about, please get out on Instagram and we'll converse with you there. Our Facebook community is also a great place to catch us. Uh, yeah, so find the links to all those places in the show notes.
and that's all we got for you guys today. But like we always say, some live close,
But others don't.
so let's talk about it. We'll see you next time on Miles from Main Street.